Hello, book lovers! In today's video, we will take an in-depth look at Alexis de Tocqueville's classic work, Democracy in America. Written in the early 19th century, this work examines the dynamics of the democratic system in America and its effects on society. Tocqueville traveled to America in 1831 on assignment from the French government, and the social and political events he observed there became a major work of thought around the world. Book overview: Democracy in America was published in 2 volumes, the first in 1835 and the second in 1840. Tocqueville's work is not only an examination of the democratic system in America, but also offers important conclusions about the nature of democracy in general, its effects on society, and its potential future threats. While praising the strengths of American democracy, the book also analyzes in depth the potential dangers of this democratic system. Tocqueville's balanced and rigorous approach has ensured that the work has remained fresh over the centuries and offers important lessons for modern democracies. Strengths of American democracy. Tocqueville emphasizes that the democratic system he observed in America has many strengths. Foremost among these strengths is the concept of equality. Unlike aristocracy and hereditary privileges in Europe, there was a relatively high level of social equality among people in America. According to Tocqueville, this equality helped American society to internalize democratic values. American political institutions also won Tocqueville's admiration. In particular, the fact that the government was built on the principle of separation of powers, and that federalism gave considerable authority to local governments rather than a centralized structure, increased the stability of democracy and public participation. Tocqueville also emphasized the strength of American civil society. The participation of the people in local governments and the prevalence of voluntary associations stand out as important factors that develop social solidarity and civic consciousness in America. The perils of democracy. While Tocqueville praises the strengths of American democracy, he does not ignore the potential dangers of this system. Foremost among these is the tyranny of the majority. Tocqueville argues that in democracies, the will of the majority can become absolute, and this can lead to the violation of the rights of minorities. This is a paradox of democracy, since a system that aims to protect individual freedoms can, under the pressure of the majority, restrict these freedoms. Tocqueville also draws attention to the tendencies towards materialism and individualism he observed in American society. The desire for prosperity and individual success, known as the American dream, can encourage a focus on self-interest rather than social solidarity and public service. In the long run, this tendency can lead to the erosion of democratic values. Religion and democracy. Another important point that caught Tocqueville's attention in America was the relationship between religion and democracy. Unlike in Europe, he observed that in America there was not a conflict between religion and democracy, but a harmony. According to Tocqueville, religion was an important force in America that maintained social order and encouraged the active participation of citizens in the democratic process. In American society, religion was a factor that reinforced moral values and enabled individuals to exercise their freedoms responsibly. The impact of democracy on American society. The second volume of Democracy in America focuses on the effects of democracy on American society. Tocqueville emphasizes that democracy is not only a form of government, but also a way of life. This way of life has shaped many aspects of society, from family structure to education, art, and literature. In the American family, the principles of democracy have created a more egalitarian structure. Tocqueville observed that in democratic societies, family relations are based on mutual respect and love, rather than a hierarchical structure. Education is an indispensable element for the maintenance of democracy, and the importance given to education in America increases the level of knowledge of citizens and their active participation in public life. Tocqueville also sees the effects of democracy in American art and literature. Artistic and literary production in America may be less developed than in Europe, but it reflects the practical and utilitarian spirit of the American people. The future of American democracy. Tocqueville is cautiously optimistic about the future of American democracy. Although he thinks that America's democratic structure can be successful in the long run, he draws attention to some dangers. Chief among these dangers is the centralization of power. Tocqueville argues that the federal government, gaining more and more power, could threaten individual liberties. Tocqueville also warns against the danger of democracy's soft despotism. He states that the desire for equality can lead to the state gaining control over all aspects of life, which can lead to the gradual erosion of individual liberties. Comparison with Europe. Tocqueville compares American democracy with European societies, especially France. For him, America offers a model of the future. Democratic institutions and social equality can coexist with freedom and individual rights. However, the sustainability of this model depends on recognizing the potential dangers of democracy and taking precautions against these dangers. Conclusion: Democracy in America is an in-depth examination of the strengths and weaknesses of democracy, especially in the American context. Tocqueville's analysis highlights the potential of democracy to promote equality and freedom, while at the same time highlighting dangers such as the domination of the majority, centralization, and diminished social participation. Tocqueville's insights in this work remain relevant today and offer important lessons for modern democracies. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like our video. Also, what do you think about democracy in America? Share with us in the comments. See you in the next video. Bye!